off the rack. You're rocking with Frozen and Bros. We're now in the zone. We need ice in the super chat. We about to kick in them doors. Like get on the phone. I wanna know where it's at. We at the table with legends. When they get to talking, I bet they don't tell you that. Hold up. Wait, don't cut me off while I'm talking my talk. Been on the grind on our way to the top, and I still keep a G in the way that I walk. Same for the way that I talk, but we don't talk much, we just stay facts. And the fact is, we like Jay Black, and we about to bring this whole game back. Now let's walk. You about to walk with Frozen. You about to walk with Browz. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Yeah, we used to get it off the stove. Now we gon' get it off the rack. You're rocking with Frozen and Bros. We're now in the zone. We need ice in the super chat. We about to kick in them doors. Like get on the phone. I wanna know where it's at. We at the table with legends. When they get to talking, I bet they don't tell you that. Hold up. Wait, don't cut me off while I'm talking my talk. Been on the grind on our way to the top, and I still keep a G in the way that I walk. Same for the way that I talk, but we don't talk much, we just stay facts. And the fact is, we like Jay Black, and we about to bring this whole game back. Now let's walk. You about to walk with Frozen. You about to walk with Browz. It's Big Froze, Big Froze. Big Froze, Big Froze. Now that you see it, they watch me like they watch the news. We don't do no talking, we know what they do for the views. If I took a loss, no, I got it all back. They just wanna talk, so we gonna talk facts. Got it out the mud, got it out the mud. Really on the blood, really on the blood. Yeah, they know it's up, yeah, they know it's up.
Frozy, welcome back to the channel. I'm happy to see y'all. Hopefully y'all happy to see me. Good morning. Don't you say it while you yawning. It's Tuesday. Who cares? Tuesday's so ass. It's the most irrelevant day of the week. It might be Wednesday, but Tuesday and Wednesday are for sure the ass days of the week. Right? I feel like you got to find motivation to roll through the Tuesdays and Wednesdays. You know? Like, you need motivation to get through those days. Those days are work. It takes work to get through the Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Why I say Tuesday is the most ass for sure, it's because it's the day after Monday. It just reminds you of how much the week still has to go. Right? Does Mickey get smoked for only bringing this up now that him and Verb going back and forth? We're going to get to that, King Booty. We're going to get to that. Salute Frozen the Zone. What's up, y'all? I see y'all members, mods, all that cool shit. Yeah, I got a good show for y'all today. I'm not even gonna lie to you. So if you got a long day at work, if you got a tough shift coming up, gear up. We about to have a show. We about to argue. We about to fight. And I'm here and I'm in the mood for the dumb shit. Okay, if your friends won't tell you, Frozy will. D Hood Realer. There will be no more rolling up on the Frozone ever. If I don't have one rolled before the show starts, I will not be smoking. We got a couple of sponsors now. We got a PG a little bit. They already let me get away with the potty mouth shit. All right, last thing I could be doing right now, I'm wearing Primo and corporate gear and shit, is rolling up an L and shit. I gotta, you know, I gotta lower my ignorance now. You know, shit looks nasty on camera. Nothing professional about it. And the good thing about, you know, what you said is Froze already got one put together, so we straight. Way too early, though. Way too early. Not at the 10 o'clock hour. But, man, oh, man. You know, I wait for them to warm up. Because I'm seeing some shit I'm not liking, y'all. I'm not going to lie to you. It's going to be slightly controversial today because I love the fact that as adults, we can all have different ways of thinking. What I don't like is with certain adults, when you have different ways of thinking, it becomes you're a bad person and I'm a good person because I think this way on certain topics, right? And that's the part where I hate about having tough conversations. Let me see if it's still up. Let me see. Okay, it is. All right, it's still up. All right, we're going to be able to see it. Cool. Hit that like button on y'all way in, y'all. You know, Your debate was facts with fire. I had to pull up on facts yesterday. I didn't like his energy. I didn't like the way he was talking to me through the comments and shit like that. But he was passionate. I caught him in a weird. I caught him in a specific time in his spew and his rant. But I was just giving him general opinions from my feelings. You know, well, we pick and choose and everything. I have literally saw facts pick and choose on things, right? I've picked and choose. We all have picked and choose, right? So I just felt like, as he was saying, oh no, people just trying to galvanize and go at Verb. Everybody want to go at Verb. They just going at Verb. They picking and choosing. You know, I felt like for like the last month or two, I've seen his channel kind of shift away from battle rap a little bit. He said he wasn't talking about battle rap no more. He said he wasn't on battle rap no more. And then it's a hot topic in battle rap, and here he is with a battle rap topic, picking and choosing, right? So that's kind of all I was trying to say. It's picking and choosing. Everybody picks and chooses, including you, facts, which is okay. I don't care. We talking about battle rap. We talking about battle rap. And it's like, I know. I know. Hence you come around when it's time to shit on battle rap. The culture that you mad at, we all know you mad at them, facts. Now it's like a time to shun the culture, and now you back talking about that type shit, picking and choosing. I don't mind what facts talks about, you know, because respectfully, I mean, usually whatever topic he's talking about, he has good dialogue. He has good dialogue. We're talking about battle facts, not Mickey facts. He was going off on battle rap, saying we didn't defend the crib, saying battle rappers didn't defend the crib, out here picking and choosing. Everybody want to gang up on Verb. So I came across the video, and I'm like, well hold on. Yo, Froze, my bro owned the Primos on Prospect and Chester. It's dope that y'all linked up. That's my guy. Ralph, that's your man? Ralph, your man? So, you know, he was saying battle rappers ain't defend home. Battle rappers picked and choose. They tucked their tails when Jay Mills came around. And my whole thing was, well, facts, put a name on it. Because I saw B Magic come outside. I saw Jack Boy come outside. I like the people have came. I saw people come. DNA came outside. People came outside. So unless you mad at a certain somebody who didn't come outside, why are you saying battle rappers ain't hold it down? Just because they lost to Jay Mills didn't mean they didn't hold it down. Nobody in battle rap is supposed to be better than Jay Mills in the booth. Nobody. So if somebody looks up and, or, you know, goes above their means, or maybe shows us something we didn't know, and they're competing with a Jay Mills and shit like that, if you ask me, you know, that's outside. That's impressive. The fact that niggas went outside and then lost to Jay Mills is nothing to clown. This is the same Jay Mills that would lose to Jack Boy in a battle, that would lose to B Magic in a battle, that would lose to any of the guys dissing him in a battle. He would lose to them. That's their world, though. Now we're over here in his world. You know, shouldn't he be the guy that's better? Right? Shouldn't he be? So all I was saying, the facts was, listen, there's battlers that come outside. You know what I mean? Travis White, come on, Froze. We shouldn't be giving airtime to a rat. Let me explain something to you niggas, man. Yo, I'm 33 years old. Okay? I don't even get into that shit. I don't plan on doing no crimes with no bloggers. I don't plan on being in no position where that is even matters to me. You know what I mean? Respectfully, I don't give a fuck about none of that. You understand what I'm saying? I don't think like that no more. Only a young boy think like that, right? I don't care about that shit. I'm not even in the fucking streets. I come here, I go to work, and then I go home to my fucking kids, all 7 of them. So I don't give a fuck who ratting and who not ratting. At my age, where I'm at in my life, that's not interesting to me anymore. I don't care. I don't care, bro. You act like I'm going out and having dinner and me and Fax are best friends. I'm speaking on something he spoke on. Well, fuck what he got going on that side. It's none of my business, bro. None of my business. I'm a grown-ass man. I don't care. Respectfully, and I ain't even trying to come at you like that. I'm just letting you know. Not on that. We ain't on no street shit. We on fucking YouTube blogging, doing morning and afternoon and night shows. Talking about I'm giving airtime to a rat. Like when I leave here, I go to the trap or something. Grow the fuck up, bro. Respectfully. Good morning, y'all. And I actually thought he had a hot topic yesterday. You know what I mean? So I pulled up because I told him, I said, I got in the comments, I said, man, we pick and choose on everything. And I said, you know, you froze, you full of shit. You full of shit. All right, hold up. Let me pull up and talk to you. I don't like your tone. I don't like your tone. You know what I mean? I'm growing up, y'all. That's all. It's okay. I'm not really, you know, imagery and shit like that. That's for them young dudes, bro. If you know me, you've been around me for 15 years, you done watch me on this camera for 15 years, you can gather an opinion on Froze if you done watch me for years, you know. Y'all done see me grow up from a fucking young boy to a grown-ass man, right? So I'm not really interested in trying to make a couple YouTube people feel like I'm standing sturdy on the rat code. Like, the fuck am out there, man? My face with that shit. All right. Respectfully. Okay, let's start here. Let's start here, though. This is important. I don't want to play this video for a few reasons. One, there's an underage kid in the video. Okay. And even though his father was the one that posted this video, I'm not so sure if Pops that posted this video regrets it. Right? And because as parents, we can do things that we regret. You know what I mean? We could do things that we regret. One thing that I did, I remember one time I caught my daughter doing some hoister things, and she was acting up in school. This is about a year or two ago, and I went live on her Instagram, and I embarrassed her. Right? She wasn't with me, but I went on live for her Instagram and talked to all the friends that she was fronting for and making these inappropriate posts and acting like she was grown and stuff like that. I went live on our page, on our Instagram page. And that was worse than any punishment I could have did, because although I thought that I was embarrassing her the way that she embarrassed me at this school, it was such a terrible move in the sense of trickle-down effect. She had to then go back to school, and now the kids that saw me on her Instagram are now making fun of her about it, teasing her, antagonizing her, bringing it up. She can't go back to school with a fresh start, fresh mentality, because the moment she gets off suspension and she walks back in that school, they're all talking about how dad was on Instagram Live. Right, which can cause other arguments. Mind your business. And now she going back and forth with. I could have walked her right into another issue. Right? That was a bad parenting method by me. And I'm totally okay with saying that, because as a parent, you're not perfect. Trying to be perfect makes you, you know, it's an imperfect job. There's no way to get it right all the time. And when you don't get it right, the right thing to do is to go back and say sorry. It's okay. You always want to make your kids apologize when they're wrong. You always want to make your kids be held accountable. And that's a good parent tries to teach them that. A good teaching method of that is not just telling them how to do it, but actually going and showing when you were wrong, daddy can be wrong too. Mommy can be wrong too. I fucked up there. That wasn't right. And I'm sure I hurt your feelings. And I know I made you feel a type of way. And I'd like you to be able to get that off your chest if you want to. And then I'll respond, you know? She was very upset with me about that. So although I thought that there was a punishment that was necessary, that just wasn't the right way. I say all that to say, this video I'm about to show is a video that was posted online yesterday. I'm just gonna post the audio because I'm be honest with you, where the internet tried to take this video yesterday kind of disgusted me, as much as people were acting like they were disgusted by the video. And not saying that they weren't, but it just, yeah. So all right, let me see if I can get the audio.
No.
Okay, can y'all hear?
Apologize to your mom for being a whole ass nigga. Tell her.
Mom, I'm sorry for making you mad and always having to give you phone calls.
Oh, can you guys hear that? I know it's vague audio. I just want to make sure you guys can hear the audio.
Okay, no, listen. Today, you got small with her, right?
Yeah.
You embarrass her, we embarrass you, right? All right, so you need to look in the camera and tell your mama, I'm sorry for being a whole ass nigga. Say those exact words. I'm sorry for being a whole ass nigga, because you was doing some whole ass shit this morning. You walk around, you cuss, you say all the other shit. You 14. Tell your mama, I'm sorry for being a hoe ass nigga.
Mom, I'm sorry for being a whole ass nigga.
All right, okay. And that ain't gonna happen again, right?
It ain't gonna happen again.
All right, there you go.
You know, I don't agree with that. That was Verb disciplining his son for disrespecting his mother. And he recorded it. And, you know, the thing about recording things, is they're forever. And, you know, when you misparent, when you make a mistake as a parent, you really hope that it's in private, because the court of public opinion is dangerous. And again, if you were wrong and you want to go back and correct it, you know, this video being up there is forever. It's now not in his possession. It's in the internet's possession. But I got to be honest with you. I have to. And please forgive me for what I'm about to say. This is disgusting. This is child abuse. Wow, that shit is fucking blowing me, bro. That shit is blowing me, and you guys are only doing it because it's Verb. Okay, if it was fucking Surf, or if it was somebody that y'all liked, it would be, I mean, I don't see the problem. Black father standing up doing his job. You guys are so fucking picky and choosy. When it comes to kids, it rubs me the wrong way. I get a little bit emotional. I'm not gonna lie. I had a problem with him recording this video. I did, right? The message was spot the fuck on, though. Spot on. When you got a 14-year-old boy, right? He is right at that threshold where the mistakes are crucial. Young boy was cussing at his mom. He said it. He was disrespecting his mom. He said it. So for me, when you're 14, you're disrespecting your mom, you cussing at your mom, there needs to be a message sent by Pops if he's involved. And I'm not saying go and take your son in the back and beat him or cut a camera on and embarrass him, but there's no real way to tell somebody how to police their kids. So the fact that niggas are sitting here being like, oh, wow, this is disgusting. Like, look at some of these comments, bro. Wow, this is excessive. And it's just everybody eating dick up because it's Verb. It's just easy to go at Verb. I don't fuck with Verb either. I don't like Verb either. This is not child abuse. No, it's not. Is it shitty parenting? For sure. He got a 14-year-old boy disrespecting his motherfucking mom, cussing at his mom. He ain't whooping his ass, fucking him up. I put context on a fucking video. He said, nah, say I'm a whole ass nigga. You be cussing, right? Yeah, you be cussing. Don't you like to cuss? Oh, I thought it was tacky to play the video, to record the video too, and to post it. He could have just sent it to Mom Dukes. He didn't have to post it. But to call this fucking child abuse it blows. Oh my God, bro. I got smoke coming out my fucking ears when I just saw so many people just irrationally responding to it, bro. As a father, parenting advice is something I look forward to from Froze. Thank you, Brody. I'm not always right with this shit. Nobody is. All right? This ain't no little boy. This is 14-year-old teenager. 3 years before a judge can say 3 to 5 upstate in big boy jail. This is not an age that you play with. There's some tough lessons at 14. Once 14 hit, the lessons get tougher because the problems get tougher. Now, Verb was a fucking weenie for posting this. Just because you can't take it back. That's why he was wrong. The video had no problem with it. Send it to his mom. Yeah, let's tell your mom how sorry you is. You know what I mean? So for me, it's like, I thought it was wrong, but the people, like, they tried to make Verb look like a fucking monster, bro. And I just didn't see it that way. I'm sorry. Not here for it. Respectfully, the example starts with Verb. If the child feels comfortable disrespecting his mother, that comes from the example set. As a father to a teenager, I've never had an issue with my son disrespecting his mom. That's your son and your situation. That is not how it works all the time. That is completely false, actually, right? Like the father can set an example all the time. A tough kid, a kid with behavior problems, a kid with fucking bipolar, a kid with ADHD, ODD, all types of anger issues from being in a broken home. Their parents split up. Mom could be abusive verbally too, right? Mom could be feeding a lot of bullshit into the kids. So first of all, when you come from a split home, because Verb not with his baby mom, when you come from a split home, the damage each parent can do about the other parent is a tough thing to manage for a kid that's in a broken home. Right? You go looking at dad like he's the hero, while mom is saying your dad ain't shit because she mad that she can't fuck him no more and get money no more from him. So all she do is tell you how your dad ain't shit, your dad ain't shit. But when you around your dad, you feel like he is shit because you're not seeing the guy that your mom is brainwashing you. It's a lot of that goes on in splitting homes. It's not just cut and dry how you made it. Thanks for the super though, Cone. It's not that cut and dry. I'm sorry. Just because you set the example doesn't mean your son is not. That's not how it works every time, bro. It's just not how it works. I got cousins that had really good pops that was bad as shit in school. They didn't fucking listen, and they knew pops was going to fuck them up next weekend, and they didn't care. They still was going to do it. So it's not just about examples being set. That's not how it works. Only in the movies, or maybe just your house. You know? Everybody's situation is different. And the fact that what bothers me is when we catch this is why I'm mad at fucking Verb, goofy, because this video and the timing and the climate surrounded around his name, it's such a bad time for that video to be out because then it opens the door for this. Oh, wow, this is disgusting. Oh, wow, this is child abuse. Oh, wow, they need to get that baby away from. It's like, yo, what? What the fuck are y'all talking about? Yeah, he was nutty for recording the video. His son needed to be told he a whole ass nigga though for disrespecting his mom. I'm with Verb there 10 times out of 10. Young, who the fuck you think you is walking around disrespecting your mom? You crazy? You gotta be tough on him. You have to. The camera was the problem. But abuse. The biggest dick eaters I've ever met in my life, man. That is crazy. That is crazy. Abuse. Okay, well, I've been around abuse, so maybe I got a different definition of it. Because I done been around verbal, I done been around physical. Maybe I just look at it a little different. When you really done seen and been a part of some abuse, you maybe understand it a little bit different. But, yeah. Nobody said, he's talking about you wild and I'm not doing that to my son. You dick sucker, I just said pulling the camera out was fucking wrong 5 times. I just said it 5 times that it was wrong that he pulled the camera out. So nobody asked you what you was doing to your son, pussy. What we're talking about is what was done, right? Big difference. Nobody asked you what the fuck you was doing with your son. We don't care. We didn't ask you. I said it was a problem too. Abuse though? Abuse? If that was anybody else other than Verb, you guys would not have the same tone. That's the problem with battle rap. That's the shit. That's the shit. That's why Fax was saying y'all niggas be picking and choosing yesterday. That's what he meant. That's what he meant. Y'all be picking and choosing. Nah, ain't no relaxed froze. When a dick eater said comment like, you wild and I'm never doing that to my son. Ain't nobody ask you what the fuck you was doing to your son. Nobody asked you that. Chill with all the easy froze shit. That make me mad. That don't help calm me down. If y'all feel like I'm a little hype, don't say easy froze, calm down. That get me more excited. That don't help. It make it worse. Telling me to chill when I'm not chilling, don't make me chill. Just so we know moving forward. That's not gonna help nothing. When I'm breaking down thoroughly what I'm saying, right? I'm breaking down thoroughly what I'm saying. I am saying, yo, putting that camera on was wrong. There should never be a response, yeah, you wildin', I'm not doing that to my son. Are you even listening to what I'm saying? Or are you just here? Frozy, hey, you in the southeastern PA area, got an event coming up, little baby shower, sweet 16, B-Day party, even a family reunion, hit up my good friends at Primo Hoagies, and they'll take care of you. I guarantee satisfaction with the best sandwiches in the area. Hit up these 2 locations, 904 Chester Pike, Prospect Park, PA, 1149 Westchester Pike, Westchester, PA. Don't just visit them for lunch. Let them cater your next event. Remember, it's not a hoagie. Supremo. What you talking about, man? You know? So, you know, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, right? I don't know how recent or how old that video is. I wish that was my punishment as a kid. For running you, like, that's the part that just cooks me. It's like, hey, relax a little bit. I see a dad talking to his boy, getting him right about disrespecting his mom. I'm totally cool with anybody saying, yo, putting that camera on was fucking nutty. I agree. 1,000%. Y'all got me getting hot. I gotta crack the window. But we talking this morning. You know? And I get a little passionate when we start talking about parenting and shit like that. That's my thing, y'all. You see the boy Ray beat Jeff Teague the fuck up yesterday, disrespecting him. Y'all seen that video? Anybody come across that video? Jeff Teague got caught smelling himself, trying to be funny with an NFL defensive player in there, disrespecting niggas, talking about money and how NFL players ain't stars and shit like that. He almost got beat the fuck up in front of all his homies. I'll play it. We'll get to it. Okay? Playing around. I get passionate when you talking about something I love. I love being a father. Zaire from Philly, I knew it. Yo, I knew it. I'm saying, yo, bro, I ain't gonna hold you, bro, giving him around the way lingo, because I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't know where he's from, but they talk like they talk like niggas from Philly. Because when he told him, yo, bro, I'm gonna keep it being you taking it somewhere else, I said, taking it somewhere else? Hold on. Where I'm from, that's your last warning. That's your last warning. He gotta be from the city. He ready fuck Teague up if he from Philly and he just say, yo, bro, you ready to take it somewhere else? You know, all right, hold on. We'll get back to this. Y'all want me to play it? All right, I got you. I got you.
I'm trying to understand. What's your point, bro? You on the Jumbotron?
No. All right, so just give a little context. Teague is saying don't nobody know football players. They not celebrities and shit like that. They not stars. Basically, in a nutshell, he's saying like this nigga not a star. He's a Pro Bowl. He's a Pro Bowl NFL player though. Like
okay, let's keep it moving. So clearly, you
went to the game and they actually
said put me on the Jumbotron.
Zaire Smith.
I'm trying to understand. What's your point, bro? You keep trying me. Stop. Don't disrespect my name. Hold up, Jeff. Don't disrespect my name. You know my name.
I don't know your last name. Zaire.
Stop disrespecting me, Jeff. Hold up, Jeff. Don't disrespect me, Jeff. We live, so we don't got to don't disrespect me.
I don't remember your last name. They put Zaire.
You don't just. All right, bro.
What is it?
All right, bro.
this is corny. This was corny. This is corny of Jeff Teague. This is corny of his podcast. This is the problem with live streams, though. When you do shit like this, it could go left, and it's very hard to steer it back together.
What you trying to be on, bro? What you really trying to be on, though, man? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you taking it somewhere else. Like, we can have a convo like we at work, bro. Like, what you want, bro? Like, we ain't got to do all this, gang. They put me on the Jumbotron. They didn't put you on Jumbotron. They put me on the Jumbotron. They cheered, nigga. They cheered. They say all pro. Have you ever been all NBA? No. Have you ever, like, you was a one-time all-star? I promise you, I'm going to get another Pro Bowl before you get into the all-star. Your career is over. You was trash. They traded you all over the fucking NBA. You never stood. I was a captain on every fucking team I was on.
How many years you
played? So calm down, gang. Like, niggas really fuck with me. I'm really carrying it out here, and I came in late. You was an early pick.
That was a dead giveaway that he was from Philly. I'm really carrying it. I'm like, oh yeah. That's so when y'all said he was from Philly, it makes sense.
It was a late pick, and I got out the fucking mud. So watch your mouth when you talking to me, nigga. Bro, right, bro, nah, because like you really trying.
All right, people are actually watching.
Y'all really tripping. We live. We don't have to do this.
We have a show that people are watching. Get the fuck out of here.
We live. We don't have to do this. We live. We don't have to do this. We live. We don't have to do this.
You have a good career, bro.
Don't disrespect my name. That's all I'm gonna say. We don't have to do that. Everything is cool. You ain't got to disrespect my name.
No disrespect. You win, big dog. You win.
I'm saying
you the GOAT. You the GOAT. You one of the best. You one of the best, bro. I don't know.
You play that role is cool though, but like just don't disrespect my name. That's all I'm asking.
What?
Just don't disrespect my name. That's all, man.
Come on, man, fuck out of here, my nigga. You good though? Do your thing.
Nah, bro.
You tough as shit.
All right, bro.
Where we at, DJ?
That's what I'm saying.
Well,
it didn't have to be
there
that, bro.
goes the
It's a
super chat
football
this
day.
morning.
It's a football day.
It's never a football day on 520. You can get the fuck out of here. I don't give a fuck.
That's what you on?
Yeah, I could be.
That's what niggas on. Bro.
Okay.
That's niggas crazy, bro. Huh?
Man, y'all, come on.
Watch
That's what I'm saying. Like, you
Watch
talking
how
somewhere
you
that ain't gotta
talk.
be
Talk to
on.
me,
Come
gang.
on.
It ain't
What you mean?
that
Watch how I'm talking to you. Just
Come
disrespecting my
on,
name. That's
bro.
all
It
I'm
ain't
There's
saying.
that
another nigga
serious.
named Zaire Smith. That plays
I don't know who
basketball.
that is.
It's cool. So I didn't remember your
But you
last
know my
name.
name's Zaire Franklin, though.
I just had to remember. Like I said, when you pull up to the board, I didn't know.
It hurt your feelings that much the Super Bowl that lit. Was it Bad
I
Bunny?
really don't.
You know, so basically there's more to it. You know, I thought it was a little classless from Teague. You know, I thought it was a little classless. And I like Jeff Teague. He's a great storyteller. He's got a great pie. I love his behind the scenes stories about basketball and shit like that. But it's not about folding. Jeff ain't fold, though. It's not about folding, though. That's the thing. Jeff didn't fold. Jeff was too proud to be like, my bad, bro. I wasn't trying. My bad. Yeah, I took a little too far. I feel where you coming from. You know, it was a bad look for Jeff Teague. I can't front. To me, it wasn't about if he was hold or not. I didn't, you know, that don't interest me. You know, Jeff don't look like a hoe. He looked like a fucking young boy. He looked like a kid, an immature ass nigga who like acts like he's fucking in his 20s in college still. That's how he looks. So it's not about if he got hold or not. He was too proud to even to dial back, and I thought Zaire really gave him every opportunity to steer back on track. You know what I'm saying? Like he tried. He tried, you know what I mean? And he did get fucking chumped. And then when he realized he was getting chumped, he tried to poke his chest out a little bit back. I got you. All right, cool. Zaire would have handled this nigga. Like, I don't know if you could see them sitting next to each other. I could be wrong. You're right. Don't judge a book about its cover. I've never seen even one of them fight. But if you're just making me base it off, he looked like a football player and he looked like a basketball player. I just got to be honest with y'all. And also, too, he had 3 motherfuckers up here who was scared to check him and say, come on, man, chill, bro. Come on, bro, relax. You know, T got caught up trying to be funny. We grown, man. We grown. But see, a lot of time these athletes and shit, man, they get caught up in this quick 10-year career, and they really never get real time to. They don't get a lot of time to be normal. And that'd be really the problem, too. People look at these niggas in front of microphones and on sets and on televisions and they big them up, but they just humans just like us. You know, I came across a clip last night that I seen before, but as I grow up, it makes me feel different looking at it and shit like that. You know, Hollywood really makes you think somebody don't take shits and their stomach don't hurt. Right? And that's just not true. I came across a video where Kevin Hart was on a plane with his trainer, and I've seen it 100 times. And it was his trainer, it was his homie, and they was drunk, they was playing cards, and then they got caught up talking shit, and Kev took it somewhere where it didn't need to go. And, you know, you could tell it upset Cat, it embarrassed Cat when that came, Kev, when that came out, because it wasn't a good look. You know what I mean? He was talking to his homie, if this all went away tomorrow, can you take care of yourself? Wow, do you have a house? Do you have a house? He was down talking to him. Boy almost beat Kev the fuck up on that private jet. Boy almost whooped Kevin Hart ass on that private jet, getting a little bit too above himself because he got money. You know? So when you get to a certain age, it's just certain ways you carry it. Not like this. Teague had a guest up there. Okay, Teague is talking about, I don't know you. I don't really know you. Teague, that's your problem. You're talking to an NFL fucking all-pro player. What are you talking about? What he achieved in his game, you never sniffed it. Right? Why are you up there talking crazy to him? You got a lit podcast, you feeling yourself, you smelling yourself, and now you think you could talk to an all-pro in the NFL like he ain't shit? And then when you're the leader of something, man, you got to be, it comes with responsibility. It's not just cutting the camera on and being funny. You know, you are the leader. Peace, Frozen Zone. Here's some chicken to buy weekly Philly Tuesday sandwich. I'll be making this weekly donation as my token of appreciation. Froze, appreciate the daily content. Appreciate you, Brody. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. Got you. Just reminded me. You know, so it just really comes down to growing the fuck up, carrying it a certain way. But yeah, just to get back into the original topic, though, you guys wanted to see this video. Callie, what's up? Froze, what's up? What's good, y'all? Rick, thank you for the cash app, Brody. I appreciate it. He told me I only could send $2. Froze, that's okay, bro. Appreciate it. It's the gesture. It's the gesture. All right. I ain't missed no super chat. I wasn't reading no super chats. I just caught that one live. Hold on, but we'll read them now for y'all real quick. I want to get back on my topic. As the father, parenting advice from Froze is something I look forward to. Respectfully, okay, read that. As an older brother in a split home, I had to make sure both mom and brother understood where the line of disrespect was. That was not tolerated. I wish that was my punishment as a kid. My bad, big dog. Wasn't trying to disrespect. My bad. I ain't mean to disrespect. Bigger issue is that that's a guest you brought up on your podcast. That's bad business. It's terrible business. Did you recap the Ron Browz the Verb? No, I heard it was 20 minutes. I didn't have time. I haven't got a chance to get around to it yet. And my bad, big dog. I didn't mean to go at you like that. I just, when you say something like, oh, yo, you tripping, I would never do that to my son. You're saying it as like if I would. And nothing I said really even warranted the idea to think that I would turn the camera on and then try to violate my son and then post it on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I read your comment. You tripping, like I was defending that. I never was. No, we didn't get to the Tony Yayo and Uncle Murda topic yet. No, we did not. We still on this topic of parenting, what's abuse and what's not. You know? And then too, like the people trying to throw the V word on it. Oh no, that's verbal abuse. And it's just like, you know, when you're dealing with teenage boys, right? Because even though I don't have any teenage boys, I have a teenager. And of course I have friends with them. I have family members with them. It's, you know, and respectfully, y'all, it's the teenage black boys too, specifically them. Remember I was telling y'all how I tell my daughter, she loves to say, it's not fair. It's not fair. And I try to tell, even when I use it's not fair, I try to tell her the world ain't fair. You have to get out of that mentality. It's really not fair for you know, for young black boys growing up too. And there's a different way that you have to teach them. And there's different things that you have to make them aware of. And there's different areas where you have to be more critical to them because they're graded on a different scale. They're treated differently. They're in more danger than the average teenager walking, or the average Connor walking up and down the street. And I'm not saying that all kids matter the same. I'm talking about keying in on the reality of what a young black boy might go through, right? So when I see fathers being tough on them, I always understand it. I hate seeing kids get in trouble. I hate seeing kids upset. You know, being a kid is about being joyful, being happy, being innocent, and understanding that life is not serious for them yet. Right? Verb is, and I don't care how Verb talks about, again, you can talk about how he talks about black women, black people in general, or whatever the case may be. That still will never make me judge him as a parent or what he is to his boy. I don't care what he talks about on Twitter Spaces. That wouldn't make me judge how he is to his boy because I'm not there. Right? And, you know, it's critical that you catch them, a teenager, when they're smelling themselves and they starting to think they grown. Right? Any young boy that would disrespect and curse his mom, knowing his papa pull up on him, he's getting to that age. Right? He's getting to that age. And I think that it's pivotal that you stay on top of them and you remind them that there's going to be a day where this conversation might not be valuable to you anymore. It might be too late. I have to tell you, I have to show you now. Because if you get into a situation 4 years, 3 years down the line, I mean, these young boys is getting locked up with switches and shit at 15 and 16, and they charging them as adults. They trying to charge them as adults and put them upstate with fucking grown-ass men at 16, 17 years old. You know, that's the norm in inner cities. Roofing these young boys before they even get a fucking chance to sniff adulthood. Right? It starts at home, disrespecting your mom. That's where it starts. Disrespecting your authority figures at home. Getting away with it, and then you start trying more shit because you're getting away with shit at the crib. You know, it's a lot that goes into it. I'm never going to sit here and say it was okay that he posted a video on Twitter of him disciplining his son. But damn it, I ain't gonna lie to you. I listened to the whole video, and I heard the whole video, and not only did I notice that he was recording this and didn't like it, I was still able to hear you be disrespecting your mom, right? Nah, say it. You be cussing and shit like that. You think you grown. I heard that lingo. Right? I heard that lingo. Okay, young boy getting a little older. You know, he's starting to be a little disrespectful. Pop got to make sure he hit a UB and let him know, hey, you still a little rump, punk. You ain't tough. Disrespecting you. That's all Verb was doing. Letting his son know, however tough he thought he was, he not tough no more. Respect your fucking mom. And I respected Verb for that, even though I didn't like him recording it. Just my opinion. I'm sorry. I don't think like everybody else. And I'm not fond of Verb. I dissed him. We've been covering Verb on this channel for fucking 2.5 weeks. Respectfully. I've been there. I've been lighting Verb ass up too. You know what I mean? Q, tell your mom I need a yik yuck right after this Q2983. After this, I want a yik yuck. Tell your mom about it. You know what I mean? Appreciate it. Appreciate it. We here talking about some real shit. You come in here, yik yucking, and then even send, and then even send it. And then even send it. You read it, proofread it, and then sent it. Fuck you talking about? That's what I want you to go tell your Miz. Froze got some free time after the show. He want to holler at you. I agree, but I don't want my son to disrespect himself to apologize. I guess I can understand what you're saying, Pretty Rasta, especially from a mom standpoint. You only have that feeling because you saw it. It's only disrespecting himself because you saw it. It really wasn't that deep. Let me shrink it for you and tell you what I saw. I saw a young boy being disrespectful to his mom, Pop pulling up on him, setting him fucking straight. You know, that ego as a young boy, when they start smelling themselves, they start cussing in front of mom, disrespecting mom, not following mom directions and shit like that. You know, that's a direct sign of thinking you grown. That's a direct sign of smelling yourself. You know? Some kids also don't respond to good conversations. You can watch a 60-second clip and come up with so many assumptions, not understand nothing about that kid. He might be hard-headed. He might not listen. He might not respond well to low-tone talking. You might have to violate a little bit to get him to hear, because so it's every kid's different, but I understand where you're coming from. But that's all I saw. Son smelling himself and Pop letting him know he was still a runt and he'd treat him if he had to. These young boys be walking around like they just can't, nothing happen to them. Like won't nobody do nothing to them. It's a scary world. It's a scary world, especially for young kids who don't have no fucking guidance, who don't listen. It's a tough thing to manage. But it's a reality though. Def had to talk crazy to my son for it to register. Sometimes, you gotta go there. That Mr. Nice Guy shit just don't be registering for him sometimes. It's just like they don't even hear it. You know what I'm saying? So, but again, just to close that out, I totally understand anybody saying that it was tacky and they didn't like him they didn't like him recording it. I can totally agree with that. I just saw this outpour of, you know, people talking about Verb like, no, they need to keep him away from that boy. What? No, they don't. They don't need to keep him away from a boy that's disrespecting and cussing at his mom. That's not like Verb need to be coming around a little bit more. That's where my mind frame went. Hell no, don't keep Verb away from him. Young boy doing what to his mom? Oh, no. Verb need to be pulling up a little bit more now. Yeah. He disrespecting Mom Dukes. Oh, no, we not really. We ain't going for that. You know? Yeah, because kids know it's popping. How old is the video? I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know how old that video is. I can't confirm that. Yeah, I agree with you, Showtime. I hate when the mothers pull the camera out and they start recording the daughters as they shunning them. And it's just like, why are we doing that? You know? Why are we doing that? You know? Bad, y'all got another commercial for y'all. Here we go.
Alright, what they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. Huh?
You are the light. It's not on you, it's in you.
My name is London Fells. I'm 14 and I play for She-Rocks SD.
Pickable, I just put them bookers in my chain. Pickable, 80 pointers like a Kobe.
I want to progress in my flag football skills, and when I go to high school, I want to play on the varsity team. Hurry, this way, you're on this side.
7-6-2s, I make them playing. Pickable, popping out, you better smell my name. Pickable, put 2 foreigns on the 405. Pickable, Kashi Pepper hit.
I've been playing flag football for like a year and a half, and what got me into flag football was my friends, and it looked really fun, and I just want to like trust me.
Pickable, why you acting tough on IG?
All right, that is the She-Rocks SD Football League in San Diego. It's for girls. And what I just found out is they have it in high school. This page, if you want to go follow it, is She-Rocks SD on Instagram. Go follow this page. It's fire. It's a girls flag football league. They got, you know, their league is really put together. If you go up and down their page and shit, they got highlight videos, stuff like that. It's pretty dope, man. It's cool, especially for the girls. I'm a girl dad, so I can't wait till they bring the league out here in PA, because guess what? We putting the flags on and we hut one and hut two in it. Shout out to She-Rocks. I got a couple more of them to play for y'all all week. Just highlighting some of the girls that been cooking up in their league. And that is based out of San Diego. So if you in that area and you got daughters, yeah. Fire, right? Oh, yeah, Froze, when you talking about that woman not playing football stuff, I wanted to ask you if you ever seen women's rugby. Nah, I never seen women's rugby. Hell no. But I never really watched a lot of rugby. I watched a couple highlights because our left tackle, my all-pro left tackle, Jordan Mailata for the Eagles, we drafted him as a rugby player and then put him in a hyperbaric time chamber for 3 years, put on 100 pounds of muscle, turned him into a left tackle. So they show his highlights every now and then. He was a demon. I like watching rugby. I can't grasp the rules. That's the only thing. I can't get it either. All right, I got you. I'm going to start checking them out. Public humiliation equals social accountability. Women's rugby. Yeah, so listen, public humiliation just opens the door for everybody to start adding their fucking 2 cents. That's the problem. Every time somebody records and put their kid, depending on what the crime is from the kid, right? Like when my first baby mom, she had a daughter that was online tripping, making videos, making reels, dancing inappropriately, cussing and shit like that. Little girl was like 13 and shit. You know, and then she put that motherfucking camera on and she embarrassed her in front of everybody on Instagram that she was showing off for. Now, that wouldn't have been my method, but when you look at the crime, what the little girl was doing, I kind of understand where mom was thinking. Not that I would have did it, but I understood where mom was thinking. Okay, you want to show your ass, you want to act all crazy on Instagram? You know, let me show Instagram what's really going on. They got some new shit, mostly Simone's. And I'm pretty sure Jordan was the first to help protect the Beverly Shell for the birds. Go Birds. Don't fuck about no Go Birds right now. Last thing I want to say is Go Birds right now. Ain't no fuck the birds right now. Respectfully, I don't talk about no birds. Kids are going to get in trouble. I understand. I might not agree. You know, parenting is a case by case basis. And depending on the child, the situation and shit like that, most people are going to address it differently. What y'all laughing at? Oh, y'all laughing. Yeah, I'm not talking about no Eagles. I want to talk about them. I'm talking about my Sixers keep blowing games in the third quarter and shit. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're not talking about no Eagles right now. I'm gonna fuck them, respectfully. Okay, let's get to it. All right, let's get to it. Me and bros was arguing about this shit before I turned the camera on. Okay. So if you've seen the videos, Ja Rule and some G Unit members, Uncle Murda and Tony Yayo, got on the same plane yesterday or the day before, whatever day it was. Not only did they get on the same plane, they appear to be sitting right directly behind each other. So Ja Rule is in this seat, and then the seats behind them, it's Tony Yayo and Uncle Murda, 2 G Unit members, 2 50 Cent homies. Okay. Now, maybe they're coming back from the Super Bowl. I have no clue. I actually put Uncle Murda, Tony Yayo, and Ja Rule all in the same pay grade mentally. So the fact that they were all on that same plane in the same section kind of makes sense to me, right? But there's videos circulating around talking about, you know, Ja Rule got caught lacking. Uncle Murda and Yayo pressed Ja Rule. And that's just not what I saw from the videos I was watching.
This way he Ja Rule on the plane. Trying to suck ass up, you fucking sucker. Ja Rule sees the pillow Ja Rule threw out so fast. This way he was sitting before we got him out of here.
So it appears that Ja Rule got kicked off the plane. Now there's other footage surfacing now.
Let's shake. Let's shake. Let's shake. What we do? Let's shake. 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 Let's what we do? Let's shake. Let's shake. Let's shake. Let's shake.
I mean, where was the press at? Where was the chump at? I didn't see it. I didn't see it.
Suck ass up, you fucking sucker. Ja Rule sees the pillow. Suck ass Ja Rule on the plane. Trying to suck ass up, you fucking sucker. Ja Rule sees the pillow. Ja Rule threw out so fast.
Okay, so Ja Rule ends up getting put off the plane. It appears too, right? This was so fucking whack. Bros saw it a whole different way. This was so whack to me, though. I'm not gonna lie. This was so corny. These niggas is in their 50s. These niggas was in their 50s. Now, I don't know what was said before the cameras cut on, but I know Yayo and them cut the cameras on. I never seen Ja Rule do this one time with no camera. He never pulled a camera out. When the camera got cut on, it's look at Ja Rule suck ass. That's all we hear. Look at Ja Rule suck ass. That's what we're hearing. Right? So Ja reacted in a way that, I mean, you police ass goop putting cameras in my face if it's really like that, right? You know who cornier in it? Uncle Murda. Uncle Murda, you weren't even in G Unit back when they were beefing. You yick yucker. That was so whack of you. You were not even in G Unit when that shit happened. You literally are only doing that. You were literally only doing that because 50 pay your bills. Yayo, I'm with. Yayo has been with 50 from day one before we knew him. But Uncle Murda, though? Nah, I'm not. You weren't even around when G Unit and Murder Inc. was going at it. Why are you so hyped to impress 50 Cent? He's already paying your rent. He's already paying your rent. He's already paying off all your fucking clothes. You know, he already pays you to be his friend. Why are you throwing the camera in his face? You weren't even around when these niggas was beefing. That shit corny to me. Uncle, you was not even around when G-Unit and Uncle Murda was wearing number 9 fake leather jackets back when that shit started. On Smack DVDs trying to get a 16 off. When I'm telling you, when Murder Inc. and G-Unit started beefing, really? Uncle Murda was on Smack DVDs talking about how niggas ran down on him at a show. I remember it. He hadn't had no deal with G-Unit. He wasn't with them. You know, Froze, you a hypocrite sometimes. I think we all are, right? You said niggas died over the beef they had. Did you hear me say I understand exactly where Yayo was coming from? Him and 50 been together. He was a part of that beef. You heard me say that? You heard me say that, right? You heard me key in on Uncle Murda, who had nothing to do with nothing. Right? Y'all don't have to kick anybody who didn't have a problem with Yayo or any of them. We all allowed to have opinions, just as long as they don't disrespect me. They say anything disrespectful, y'all do what y'all do. So that's why that shit was corny. Yayo been around since day one. He knows what's up. But Uncle Murda pulling the phone out? Napkins in the chat for Uncle Murda. I don't know. Napkins in the chat for Uncle Murda. I'm sorry. I wasn't feeling that. I wasn't feeling that. That's why when you see the other video and it's like, let's shake, Uncle Murda not saying that no more. Now he not saying nothing. You just hear him and Yayo. You know? So that's all I'm saying. I love G-Unit too. They was part of my childhood. You said, how did Bros feel about it? Bros felt about 50 the bag. He understood exactly why they did it. But me and him had a disconnect with Uncle Murda. Me and him had a disrespect with Murda being as Joe as he was. You know what I mean? He said, what you mean? 50 paying them niggas bills. What you think? He said, you would have been on the plane acting crazy too if you was in G-Unit. I said, facts. But I would have, let me just, put me in Murda's perspective. I would have been on Ja Rule helmet because I'm with Yayo. Yayo, my mans. I'm not walking around like I got a problem with Ja off of some shit that happened in 2001 when I was on Smack DVDs with bum ass number 9 jackets on. You when you 50 years old, you too old to be inheriting beef. These niggas is in their 50s. Y'all know that, right? I don't know. No, it's just the way I saw it. It's just the way I saw it. You know? You know. But I guess with 50, that's how you got to carry it. You know, because 50 is never going to be on the plane that they were on. You know, so you got to move like that, I guess, if you're in that position and 50s can't. 50 would have never been on that airline. He would have been put on a private. These niggas is flying American Airlines, though. You know, so they can bump into niggas that 50 got problems with. Makes sense. Got you. Y'all need to stay out of NY business for real, for real. If you know what Ja Rule and Irv did, they deserve everything. They ain't got no friends here for a reason. Look, stay out of NY business, right? He ain't telling us to stay out of NY business when we talking about how much Mills is cooking, though, right? We talk about how much Mickey Fax is cooking. It ain't no stay out of NY business then, right? Then now it's Statue of Liberty emojis in the chat. So when we giving them niggas credit, we ain't got to stay out their business. When we calling Mook and Lux the GOAT in battle rap, we don't got to stay out their business then, though, right? Now you can't have it both ways. Napkins in the chat for him. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. New York took a L in that video. How about that? How about that? I know a lot of niggas that like Murder Inc. in New York. I don't know what part you from. And I don't know why you got in this chat and act like you were the spokesman for New York. You probably get slapped around in New York. So why you talking about what niggas can talk about in New York or not? New York niggas slap you. Can't tell us what we can talk about. Stay out of New York business. Get the fuck out of here. You stay out of our business. We talk about what we want in here. Fuck is you talking about? Shitting me? Y'all need to stay out of NY business. Why? When we critiquing y'all, but when we talking about y'all to Mecca, it's okay? Stay out of NY business. Why? Well, since when? Since when? New York niggas don't even fuck with you. I got love for NY. They big homie in the East Coast. I don't give a fuck what a Jersey nigga tell you or what a Philly nigga tell you. They can be as prideful as they want. New York runs the East Coast in almost everything. Respectfully. So, you know, I'm allowed to, I know what New York is great for. I know the greatness that New York, why they're a big homie of the East Coast. Y'all ain't above correction, though. Y'all be doing some turkey shit. What's up with that little get sturdy dance I be seeing? These young boys is jumping down doing Spider-Man's squatting down and shit. What's up with that up in New York? Y'all been seeing that shit? The little get sturdy dance? Let me see if I can find one of these. Show you what's going on up in NY nowadays. This how these young boys dancing in NY today.
Why you want it?
Look, this new dance.
Yes. Why you want it?
Look, this the new dance.
Yes.
That's what they doing out in NY nowadays. That's how young boys do it. They call that getting sturdy. They call that getting sturdy. Oh my God. Yeah. You know what? I think we will stay out of New York business. Y'all on here dancing like this. Maybe we should. Because I don't know what the fuck y'all got going on. Our young boys is walking out of Chinese stores with clips hanging down to their fucking ankles, and this what y'all young boys doing.
Why you want it?
Both of them got problems. Just different. Shout out to New York, though. No Diddy. I love NY. Hate it. I hate going to NY, New York City, I say. Shitting me. You want to tell me stay out of New York business. You know what? I think I will. Someone give me a good explanation for why these young boys is bouncing up and down like that. That shit's crazy. All right. Shout out to the Big Apple, though. City that never sleeps. Those reputations do not supersede y'all. You know. But listen. I get Froze run the second Ja Rule video again. The chat couldn't see it. Don't want to. Okay, hold on. You talking about when he wanted to rumble him? When he was like, "Come on, let's shake." I did show him that video. Yeah, I showed him that video.
Let's shake. Let's shake. Let's shake. Come on. Let's shake. Let's shake. Let's shake.
And he threw a pillow at him. You hear Yayo? He threw a pillow at him. I know it was a pillow, but that's what he had in his hand. What, he supposed to throw his phone? You know, Jay said Ja Rule got removed from the plane. Why is the caption that they pressed Ja Rule? That's not what the video shows. The video didn't show. We ain't see the video. Bro, I literally got my reaction screen on to it. Y'all don't see it? What are y'all seeing right now? Y'all don't... I'm literally on the reaction screen. Can you guys can't see it now? Oh, we saw it. Okay.
Let's shake. Come on. Let's shake. Let's shake. Let's shake. Let's shake. Let's shake. Come on. Let's shake. Let's shake. Let's shake. Let's shake.
Look at the white old head. Look at the white boy behind John trying to calm it down. Look.
Go. Let's shake. Come on. Let's shake. Let's shake. Let's shake. Let's shake. Let's shake.
Look. Murder ain't on shit. Look, oh my God, I'm so glad about it. Murder not on shit. There's nobody standing in between these niggas. This is Uncle Murda right here. This is Ja. What's up? Do something. Y'all niggas throwing cameras in my face calling me soft. Do something. I'm saying let's shake. Murder standing right here. It's a little white bitch in front of me. Ja was on it. Look, let's shake. Why you looking that way? Murder shake. W Ja. Nah, I'm with it. W Ja. W Ja.
Let's shake. Let's shake. Let's shake.
Why you not doing that, Uncle Murda? He already threw something. He already threw something. Yeah, yo, you threw the camera on. You called him a suck ass. Why you ain't doing nothing? He right here. He right there. There's nobody in between Ja and Murda. Nobody. Do something. You throwing cameras on? Niggas not fighting on the plane. Don't want to give, but they pulling cameras out talking about hoe ass nigga. If you don't want to fight on the plane, you shouldn't be doing that. If you don't want to fight, look, y'all always making excuses. Nobody wants federal charges. Why is he putting a camera in a grown man's face, calling him a pussy if he don't want to fight? Doesn't make sense. Doesn't support your theory. He's not acting like he don't want to fight. He's not acting like he don't want to fight. And fuck all that federal charges. Me and Bros was on our way to California. And it was an early morning flight. And there was a family of like 6 in front of us. It was a husband, a wife, and I thought that it was his 4 daughters. But in engaging and hearing the mom talk, it was 3 daughters and their friend. They were going to California too. They turned around and they asked me, what zone did they call? And I told them, I said, zone 2. They're on zone 2. The pop had stepped off. He walked back. And as I was talking to his family and letting them know what zone, because they asked me, he walks up, hype as shit. What happened? What'd he say? I peeped him trying to be tough the moment he walked up. It's 6:37 in the morning. I know if I lose my control here, I'm going to knock him the fuck out right here in the airport, and we're not going to be able to get to Cali. So I ignore him. I look at him straight up. He said, what'd he say to y'all? What'd you say? And I looked at him. I didn't say nothing and turned away. So now me and Bros are just standing there, and he's talking to them like I'm not standing there. Nah, what'd he say? What'd he say to y'all? She was like, stop it. He was just helping us. And I looked at him. I said, yo, bro, you hype as shit. They asked me what zone it was, and I told him what zone it is. He said, my man, what's up with all the attitude? I said, I don't have the attitude. You coming over here running your fucking mouth talking about what'd he say, and I was just trying to help your family out. So he like kind of like drop his bags and like he was thinking about it. So I look at him like, the fuck is you trying to do? I don't give a fuck about this flight. I don't feel like taking it anyway. It's 5 hours. I'll go home and send these niggas the money back. What's up? She's like, come on, baby, chill. I wasn't trying to fight in an airport. He was initiating a fucking fight. Uncle Murda and them were initiating a fight. Putting a camera in a grown-ass man's face saying, look at this pussy-ass nigga. Chill, niggas not trying to catch federal charges. Then keep your fucking phone in your pocket then, pussy. Wait till we get off this plane and start doing it. Because when we get off the plane, maybe it ain't so many people around that can tell y'all to chill. Y'all want to do it now it's the same, it's the school shit. Wait for the school teacher to get there to act like you want to fight. That's all it was. Because you know they're going to break it up. Say something to me after the school when we get off the bus, when ain't no aides here. Let's see who really want to do something. Niggas want to make a scene in the lunchroom when all the teachers are there and shit. Why don't you say something when we get off this bus, pussy? Or when we get on the bus, because the driver can't stop driving either. Y'all contradiction. It's beef, right? Y'all don't understand the beef that they had since way back when. Okay, all right, so why ain't shaking then? Now they don't want federal charges? I thought it was beef. Fuck out of here, man. Y'all niggas be enamored by this corny shit. If it was beef, it was really beef, they'd have waited till they got off that plane and whipped your ass. The last thing that they wanted to do. But that's how they act like they wanted to do. They was acting like that's what they wanted to do. That's the last thing they wanted to do. That's why they're pulling cameras off. That's why they're pulling cameras out on airplanes, and that's why Uncle Murda is sitting here not doing shit after he threw a fucking pillow at Yayo. There's nobody between him and Ja. Ja don't care about the federal charges. Let's shake. Let's shake. But Ja got pressed. Why? Because that's the funnier headline. That's the funnier title. That ain't the truth. That's not what we saw. They was trying to show loyalty to 50 Cent. Look, 50, we pressed Ja. You think I can get in? You think I can get in the next episode of Raising Cain? Little power book. You think I can get in there? Look, 50. Look, 50. I called Ja pussy on the plane. I didn't do anything when he wanted to fight me though. But look, I G-Unit. Little Raising Cain. I don't even know if that's the fucking show, if that's what it's called. Hit the likes for the zone. Let's go, Primo Ralph. Little power book. Little cameo. Fuck out of here, man. That shit was corny. I don't care what none of y'all say. That shit was corny. Hold on. Who Tweety ring up? And it was hilarious. Yeah. Hold on. That's an L for Ja Rule. Get over it. Yeah, way to clean him up. Get him up out of there. Get him up out of there. Acting tough on a plane is pussy in itself for G-Unit. So we're gonna act tough on a plane, but then when it's time to fight, we don't want federal charges. You guys are real choosy. I'm the hypocrite though. I don't know. I thought that shit was corny. I don't even mind them saying, yo, when we get off this plane, let's shake, pussy. Yeah, when we get off this plane, let's do it. Niggas made a whole scene for nothing. For nothing. Wasn't on shit. That's some shit young boys in high school do. Oh shit, did Mickey just drop?
Stop being so nice to women. Nice will never equal to attracted to you. I know you want women.
Drop 7 days on them. Had the whole week click.
Before y'all say ads, premium, it's up here. You guys got me burnt. $20. $20 to still see fucking ads. $20. Froze got the ads on. No, I don't. This shit premium. Canceling that shit directly when it's live over.
And had the show out on them. Fuck it, I'ma remix it. Drop 7 days.
Hold on. Oh, he ain't fucking drop again. That's just the intro. Ghostwriter, let's talk about it. Yeah, he didn't drop again. He ain't drop again. Froze, get you an ad blocker. Skip the premium. Froze, you right. They had to troll, though. If they didn't, Ja was going to troll once he left there. Yeah, no, Ja would have probably said something. Yeah, I saw Yayo and Murda on the plane. They ain't do shit. You know? I get you. But at the same time, though, like, it backfired. Ja got up and wanted to rumble and threw something at him. I don't even know what ad blocker is. How was that Ron Browz joint? Y'all liked it? Oh, it's not 10 minutes. Somebody told me it was 10 minutes.
Yeah. We done let this weird nigga violate for too long, man. Why every diss record you got my name in your mouth, you weird nigga? You battling the wrong nigga. Real. You ain't like that, Verb. Yeah. Get your face cut with the gems. Only Lou I know is Lou Sims. No videos cause you a bitch through the lens. New York niggas with bricks in the bins. We buy coupes and run around parking lots. We saw the footage, you run around parking lots. If you ain't gon' hustle, then get off the block. A Verb talk a lot, ain't talk to cops. It's cold red, nigga. You coke head, nigga. Only time you gon' slide is in med slippers. Dips Harlem, how the fuck y'all the set, nigga? Black glove mills, you waiting for the next niggas. Got my name in every diss that you make. I probably spit in your face, put a flick in your face. Got some loud for you, nigga.
Oh, Ron not just no regular producer, nigga. He actually... Okay, hold up. Okay, Ron. Okay, I thought it was going to be some like... You know, some like when Baby and Manny Fresh kick a little verse or something like that. This shit all right. I ain't gonna lie to you. Nah, y'all, this ain't ass.
But this shit'll be lazy. Probably in somebody's basement, sniffing the bass. I'm from a block where they grip snubs on niggas. Nobody wanna hear your strip club song, nigga. Weird nigga wanna put drugs on niggas. This your outfit, we put slugs on niggas. We all know you the queen of spaces, nigga. Matter of fact, you a fiend in spaces, nigga. Gunshots, you put your dreams in places, nigga. Chalk them out, let the team erase this nigga. Who gon' ride for you? Who gon' die for you? Come to the block, I got 2 for 5 for you. Put your body on the gram, going live with you. Your soul gone and your fans get devoured with you. We fuck bad bitches, drink most swerve. Yelling out the sunroof, cokehead verb. Diamonds in the watch, I'm a snow expert. I put your body in the ground, give you more fresh dirt, faggot.
My bad, y'all. I need y'all to do me a favor. Just as being my chat. When y'all ask me to review something, when y'all ask me to play something, I don't mind. Right? Just let me, if you heard it and you know somebody said a Yaminsky, a bad word, let me know. Hey, yo, Froze is one of them words in that song too. You know? Let me know so I can identify it. And then when he get to that part, I can hit, oh! Right? Y'all got me for that? Because y'all done got me like 3 times this week. I put a video on and the main man, Frank the Bank, Jersey Leak homie, sent me a video yesterday. Didn't even tell me. Bull said the F word hard as shit in there. Not that one, the other one. Damn. This is my job, y'all. You know? Play that DNA one now. No. Thanks for the super though. He got a new drop? I'm not playing that old shit. DNA got some new shit out? Yeah, no. What you talking about? No. Yeah, DNA ain't dropping 3 months. We cool. We cool. Shout out to DNA, though. I be trying to show love to DNA. He got an issue with me. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. Might have said something he ain't like. I don't know. You know, respectfully, though.
My name's Kamara Ellis. I'm a senior at Kearney High School and I'm 17 years old.
I ain't Mike could do it better. I ain't tripping off all this shit.
Watch hands off, watch hands off.
Ooh.
I started playing flag football my sophomore year of high school. and I stuck with it, and I get the chance to play at the next level. The song I listen to before a game to get hyped is NBA YoungBoy Untouchable.
I know I wanted for the quit so many times, but I knew this moment would come. Now it's my time. I gotta make up for all them nights that my
She rocks SD on IG, y'all. Especially if you're in the San Diego, California area. I know California is a big state, but if you're in the San Diego area, get with them. You got a daughter that want to play some football. They got it. Yeah. Nah, if DNA drops some new shit, we'd have played it though. You know, I ain't fronting. They said they just passing Verb around like a prison thought. My bad, Froze. I ain't even realized that little proof listening to the songs again before sending anything. How much love. We fuck with you, Frozy. Appreciate you and not playing no old DNA. Yeah, we ain't know that. Hey, that on this show. You know, we ain't no Hot Tub Thomas. You know DNA. I'm sorry. I don't know. The moment nigga, we not doing that, my nigga. I'm not really even a fan of that nigga like that, my nigga. You legend, come on, my nigga. We ain't doing that. I forgot I wowed him up on Don't Flop. A lot of people didn't catch that. I wasn't in a good point in my career when that happened. I actually was a heel. I was shitty, and yeah, whoop DNA ass on Don't Flop if you never saw it. You know, that could have had something to do with it. But I fuck with DNA. I think he dope. I remember I said something that was like, I had easy winning in the battle over him, and he was like, oh, I knew you would say that. I'm like, what the fuck that supposed to mean? What that mean? Like, I just think he better than you. Well, what you trying to say? He ain't respond, so. We reached out to him for an interview, I believe, too. So, you know. I'll be honest with you, y'all. I gotta be totally honest with y'all. Battle rappers that know that I fuck with them, they know. Because if they call me, I pick the phone up. I don't front. I don't give a fuck about being friends with not one battler in the culture. Like, I don't care. If we cool, it's genuine. Like, we don't have to ever force it. But I'm not trying to. My first year of doing media, I tried to be that guy for the battlers, right? Advocating for the battlers, speaking up for them, speaking up on things about league shit that I knew that other people didn't know. And the moment you say anything that they don't like, they're on Spaces or they're on Twitter calling you a word that they wouldn't say to your face. They're bitching and they're moaning. Not all of them, but a lot of them. A lot of them. And I realized, well, damn, if I could say 9 good things about you, but then call you out on some shit that you did, and your response is going to be that to me. What alliance am I holding to? What am I holding that for? Y'all don't even respect when a battle is calling it down the middle and even tilting the scale for you guys to give your perspective on it because I've once been a battler. I've learned that that's not the way to do this, right? And also, when I told myself that this won't just be a battle rap channel, I also stopped giving a fuck. You know? So I will always try to stay in between the lines when I cover something. But yeah, I don't care if any of these guys want to be friends with me because none of the friendships are real and genuine. It's always hinging on something. Whether that's them not wanting you to burn them down or you not wanting you to cover a certain topic when it come out or, you know, sometimes niggas want to borrow money and you know what I'm saying? Like, it just be a lot of goofy shit. So for me, it's like I'm not trying to make any friends with battlers. There are battlers that could call my phone and we could chop it up. I love A Ward. I love all the Horsemen. No Diddy. That was crazy. But yeah, man, fuck all that. Well, I cover for my show. And if we speak on battle rap, we do. But all that being here for the battlers shit, they don't appreciate that shit. They don't give a fuck unless you're stroking their ego. And I ain't here to do that. Respectfully. Shit be corny, man. Shit be corny. Shit be corny. Niggas be literally. Damn. I ain't gonna hold you, y'all. What a great show today. I looked down at the clock. It's 11:36, bro. I thought I gave y'all a shit of a show yesterday. I was a little off cue, a little sloppy, rolling up on camera, doing shit like that I don't like to do. You know what I mean? So I wanted to make sure I came through and we had a thorough show today, and it's already damn near 12 o'clock. I'm upset. I feel like I'm still in the intro. We done covered the whole show today. You know? We're in the fourth quarter of the show. My kid smacked his lips at me after talking stupid to his mom yesterday, talking about he bored when I just got out of work. Crazy, it was a topic. You know, man, they get to a certain age where they just start tripping. Kids start challenging you. I did it to my pop one time. He hit me with this hard body shot and put my fucking kidney where my bladder was supposed to be. I was doing he can't breathe. Like, he hit me with one of them Jones. Curl me. I'm like, damn. That's all he had to throw to put me out of the fight? I don't have a shot yet. I really felt like this would have been a good fade. Like, he might get me because he pops. One body shot. Not even a face. Just one. I'm talking about, yeah, Dragon Ball, I'm telling you. I couldn't breathe for like 90 seconds, bro. At least it felt like 90 seconds. I took the knee and everything. Glove touched the ground. Yup. And he told me, to hit me, get up. Get up before I hit you again. Because we was in a public place and shit when he did it. So, you know, I guess when he hit me with a little short, it was a pop. It was a little short joint too, close to the body. Just turn pop, shut up, pussy. So now I'm making the scene and shit because he hit me very quick, very fast. I didn't even see it coming, bro. I didn't even see it coming. Like, literally, it just happened like that. You know? I actually remember why he did it. His old ass was still playing semi-pro football and shit. He played for the Warminster Colts. So they actually went to the championship and lost to Frankfurt down the city. But we went to his game and he was grabbing his pads out the back of his trunk and shit. And you know, I'm standing by the back of the trunk and I got my hands on the trunk. So he grabbed his pads and he shut the trunk and he shut like all four of my fingers in the trunk. So I'm like, shit, pop. You shut the trunk on me. He like, oh fuck, my bad. So he's fumbling the keys. I mean, bro, it took him like 15. He's like fumbling the keys. He's got his pad. I said, yo, drop your fucking pads, bro. Unlock this joint. Like, that's exactly what I said to him. He's fumbling the keys and shit. He had a Camaro. It didn't have no back seats. He had the sexy ass red Camaro and shit. So you had to, you know, it only had two doors in it and shit. So my hand is shut in the trunk for a smooth 20 seconds. So finally he gets the trunk open. And I'm like, the fuck, you nut ass old head? What's up with you, bro? Like, he told me, hey, watch your mouth. I'm sorry. He gave me a watch your mouth. I'm sorry. Nah, you a fucking weirdo for that, man. Like, watch what you doing. You lucky Yo, what the fuck? And before I could get to the CK and the fuck, the body shot came. Boom. So I take the knee, and I'm like, I can't breathe and shit. He like, get up, get the fuck up. Get up before I hit you again. Yeah, I mean, about 20 minutes later and shit, I'm sitting over there on the bleachers and shit. He come over. Slide a little $10 and shit. Go ahead, walk up to the store and shit. I mean, get yourself something. Yeah, I was tripping. I used to try pops all the time though. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. You know, we had that type of relationship. You know what I mean? I was the son that'll make pop do it. You know, bros knew when to chill. Everybody else kind of knew when to shut up. You know what I mean? Nah, not me. You gonna have to do it, or I'm just gonna keep talking. I was one of them. You know what I mean? So, but I'm my pop's favorite. I get in the most trouble. I'm his favorite. He, you know, all his other kids tell him that. Like, when they call pops with some shit about me, you know, he always get hung up on. He'd tell the stories at a holiday or something like that, and you know, They'll call him, yo, let me tell you about raw nut ass XYZ and shit like that. The moment he say something, it's yo, you always defending that pussy. He'll tell you, my papa tell you. Don't get it from me. My papa tell you. Why you always defending him? Why he ain't never could do no wrong? All right, we know he was on Smack, Dad. Like, they be saying shit like that to him. We know he was on Smack. He battled Clips. Okay. He still could be a dickhead. Don't mean he's perfect. You know, they be mad as shit at Pops. Pops don't be going. He don't be going about Froze. They call him with that Froze shit. He start getting real understanding from my side. Love Pops for that. You know what I mean? No bullshit. No bullshit. They be bitching. You can't never say anything about Kyle. That's when they try to disrespect me. When they don't call me Raw or Froze, they start trying to calling me Kyle. You know what I'm saying? See, bros might could feel like that. He got a different relationship with our pops than I do. You know what I mean? He got a different relationship. You know what I mean? Bros might pull up on Pop, drop some bread off on him on a bad week. Froze ain't doing that. I drop some weed off. You know? So you different relationships with your boys and shit like that. Certain things that he might ask of bros, he wouldn't ask me. Certain conversations him and bros would have, he might not have with me. Vice versa. Hey, Froze, did you see the Kid Slade interview? Yeah, I saw that shit. You know what I mean? But ask him. They say whatever they want. When they call him with a problem with me, he don't be going for that shit because he know I'm the sturdiest son he got. I mean, he say anything in favor of me. They start sisters, brothers, they start cussing him out and they don't talk to him for 2 weeks. He said, me and Pop talk behind your back all the time. That's funny. That's all we do. We talk about how y'all talk about behind my back, but he do that just to make you feel comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Me and Pop talk about how y'all talk about me behind my back. That's what me and Pop do. He was like, yeah, I was talking to your nut ass brother today and shit. He gonna call me and say X, Y, and Z and shit like that. All right, Pop, you ready for the real story? Yeah, that's why I called you. The fuck is you talk about? Pop be playing you. Let me tell you about this nut ass nigga call me. Hey, yo, this stay between us. Don't say nothing. Come on, Pop, what happened? Nut ass B gonna call me today. He not bros in our family, he B. Nut ass B gonna call me today and shit like that. Yeah, I know. What'd he say? Pop, what'd he say? This nut ass nigga gonna say. That's how Pop. When Pop get there, I already know I got him. I already know I got him. Soon as Pop get into it, let me tell you this nut ass nigga. He start there. I only got to defend myself. I already got a teammate. I don't got to sell him on a story or nothing. I tell him, hey, Pop, you ready for the real story? Yeah, that's why I called you. That's why I called you. Yeah, because you wanted to get the real, right? Bros TV right here, y'all. I'm going to drop the link for y'all. We about to start dropping our podcast on here, Frozen Bros, and it's not going to be us sitting here. We're bringing the podcast set up back. That'll be on Bros channel. We're bringing Frozen Bros Walk With Me podcast back on Bros channel. No bullshit. Niggas be trying to tell Pop on me. You can have it. Go ahead. They be trying to tell Pop on me. Not knowing that's my dog. You shitting me? Me and Pop ready to start a radio station. Frozen Pop in the morning. No visual, just radio. Y'all get to see where I get my skill set from. You think I tell a good story? If y'all think I tell a good story, bro, my Pop is different with that shit. I've seen him tell stories that I was there for. And I'd be like, all right, he not lying about nothing, but all this shit is completely dramatized. Like, this is a based on the true story type story. No bullshit. I'm like, Pop, I was there. That story was not that fun, not that cool. But if he tell the story, it's a movie. Because he do detail shit. Well, you got to understand. I'm in the left lane, so if a car's in my right, he like little dumbass details where he dramatized the story up. So it makes some regular shit sound like exquisite. Like, damn, I can't believe that happened. Pop sharp with that storytelling shit. I don't know why Top booked him, but 500 in the chat. Paint pictures in the story. That's all he do, bruh. You know what I mean? That's where I get that shit from. Pops. Fuck it, I'm telling you, an elite storyteller, bruh. Elite storyteller. And don't let him get to telling me, don't let him get to telling you a story like about me. I'm gonna tell him when we start the show, I'm gonna tell him to tell the story about the time when he snuck up to my school and shit because he was getting behavior issue calls from the school. And I was coming home telling him how good I was doing in school. But they was calling him, telling him how bad I was doing in school. Principal told him I was the worst kid he's seen in 30 years. I'm telling Pop I'm the best student in class. Bro, he rolled up to school on me one day. He used to work the night shift. So when he would get off, and I was the only one that lived with Pop at this time. I was so bad with my mom's, she sent me to my Pop crib for like a year. So he used to work the night shift. So when I was getting up to get on the bus, he was just getting home. So he'd put me on the bus and then he'd go to sleep. And by the time I was getting home, he was cologning up, ready to go to work and shit. Shortly after that. So him coming up to the school in my mind just wasn't even like a thing. You know, and mind you, where my Pop was living, he was living in this suburb area called East Greenville. Super suburban area in PA. Nice ass neighborhood, bro. I mean, just completely different than what I was used to. So when I got up there, these little buttoned up, collared shirt wearing little punk ass white kids, it was boring to me. Everything was slow. You know what I mean? Everything was slow. And hold on, let me hit this, John. Okay. Hold on, I see. We got 2 more subscribers. So these kids were corny to me, and they were just different. So I think I went to this place called like Herbert Elementary or some shit like that. So I'm the alpha of the classroom. I'm bigger than these kids and shit. I don't know why they're all smaller than me, but they are. And Pop pulled up, and there used to be a big-ass window behind the wooden door and shit where you could see in the classroom. Not the little ones, the big windows. So I was in there drawing. I'm walking around class, and hey, Kyle, can you please take your seat? And I'm just walking. I'm taking shit off people's desk and just not listening to the teacher. And then I go to turn around and shit, and my dad's in the window with this crazy stare. No bullshit. Like, I turn around and he like. So we stare at each other. I swear, we stared at each other for like maybe a minute, bro. To the point where the whole class noticed it, and now it's just like quiet. And he like. So they open the door, and he's like, let's go to the office and talk. And we said, no, we're going home. He's going home for the day. It was like 10 o'clock. We just got there. Pop took me to the crib. Yeah, we had a tough lesson when we got home. Tough lesson. I'll always remember that lesson, too. It was a good one. It was a good lesson. Now I'm talking about good lesson. You know what I mean? He was so scary at this, because this was like 2nd grade. He was so scary because he wasn't like, if he was talking, that was good. Even if he was like getting yelled at, my pop had a way of like giving an ass whooping with words. You know what I'm saying? But if he was talking, though, that was the ass whooping. You know what I mean? When he this nigga, we on the way to the crib, he got his toothpick in his mouth, he got his Kango cocked like this, right? And we listening to fucking greatest hits Tupac on the way home. It's like a 15-minute ride and shit. And he just got the toothpick in his mouth like this. Every time we get to an intersection, he look left, look right and shit. He revving off of the green lights and shit. I'm like, yo, why this nigga not saying nothing? Nah, when he gonna start talking? Like, maybe we gonna start when we get home and shit. Yo, no bullshit. He wasn't in his work clothes or nothing, bro. Nigga had the Kango like this with the toothpick in his mouth. And he just got this face on as we drive him. So I'm fucking terrified. I'm shaking the closer we get to the crib. Like, he made me stop at this gas station and shit. And I'm looking at the pump. I'm like, yo, I hope he put, gas was only like 90 fucking $1.09 at this time. So I'm looking at shit, $10 was a lot of gas at this time. So he pumping the gas. I'm just looking at the gas like, man, I hope he put like $100 in this motherfucker because I just don't want to go home. No, the toothpick with the Kango, nah, it's on. It's on, and he not talking to me. And as we pulling up to the crib, I'm to come with me. Hail Mary, nigga, run quick, see. This shit is a fucking horror movie. What do we have here now? Like, that was the worst song that could be playing when we got to the crib and shit. Because I felt like Pac was getting me madder. Like, yeah, Pac was like, no, I'm not lying, bro. My Pac will tell you the story. Nigga, come with me. At the end of the joint where the boys start like speaking, El Mere. He starts speaking in that crazy language and shit, bro. I was ready to shit myself. No bullshit. So we get out the car and shit. He still ain't say nothing to me. I get up there, I knew to go upstairs. So I went upstairs and shit. My TV was out my room. My magazines and shit. I think how times changed and shit like that. It would just be like 2 magazines and shit. I had like 5, all the sports magazines and shit. So I'm sitting up there and shit. House real quiet. Pop come in the room and handle business. No Diddy. Fucked me up, bro. I'm talking about cooked me. I only got he only put his hands on me 3 times in my life, so I remember it. It was the time that the body shot. That's when I was older. That happened later. Another time I did some drawing shit, and then this time when I embarrassed him at the school and shit, he fucked me up so bad that like 4 days later and shit, I was changing my clothes in front of my stepmom, and she saw the damage. He was in the kitchen making cheesesteaks and shit. We done went to Blockbuster. We done ordered these movies and shit. We already had movie night, Blasto butter, popcorn and shit. I'm cool. The ass whooping ain't even hurt no more. So I was over it. It was cool. I'm off punishment a couple days later, But Pop had one of them thick leather belts and shit. Yeah. The belt did a lot of damage, bro. I needed it though. Yeah, I needed that. That wasn't like Pops gave me a badass ass whooping, but it was I can't tell you how many times he didn't whip my ass. I'm light skinned too, so he wasn't hitting me no harder than he would have hit one of my dark skinned cousins that just showed up on me. That shit left proof, and thank God the school ain't see it. They'd have took me away from me. They'd have saw that shit, they'd have took me away from me. You know what I mean? So this shit purple welts and shit like that. It's over when they loop. Yeah, bro, he had the one arm up. He had my hand like up here, and then he picked me up off the ground, so I was dangling and shit. And then the free hand with the belt. So imagine him somebody lifting your arm up all the way like this, picking you up, and then just having you hang in the air by your arm, and then his free hand with the belt. The lashings. That's the noise it was making. Well, when 4 days later, bro said, Pops would say, to tell you it hurt him more than, well, he'll tell you when he saw what he did 4 days later, because if you remember, bros, we was all in the living room waiting for him to come out the kitchen. And then, my shirt came up, and then y'all all seen it. And then, stepmom, she, that's been my pop wife since I was 6. she was like a second mother figure to us because she just was with my pop the whole time and shit. And then she started having, my brother and sister. She called him by his name. She's like, "Are you fucking serious?" So she a white lady and shit. She was like, "Get in here now. Are you serious? Did you see this?" They got me in the middle of the fucking living room doing spin around circles and shit, examining the damage. He's sitting there looking all dumb with a pot holder and a spaghetti spatula in his hand and shit like, "What have I done?" yeah. And I think we talked about that shit like a day or two later and shit. He was all emotional. Yeah, got me good. Got me good. Got me good. He fucked that movie night and everything. We had the Blockbuster popping. We done took the trip to Hollywood Video and shit. She wasn't playing that shit. She was like, "So what do you have to say for yourself?" He's just sitting there with the pop. He didn't have no words. He couldn't even say it. Good times, man. Good times. Good times. It's a good ass whooping. And you turned out fine. I got worse. Yeah. Those ass whoopings did nothing. That's why my pop ain't never whooped my ass. I got worse. That shit ain't help me. Yeah. That shit ain't the fuck help me. Bro's not lying to y'all when he said they was giving us coloring books in 10th and 11th grade. There's some ignorance in that, but there is a little bit of truth to that too. I mean, when I got to alternative school in high school, they was giving us the shit that they was giving us in 6th and 7th grade. So, I would say, "Oh, what the fuck is this?" Right? What is this? That's what we're on today. We was doing this shit 2 years ago. So maybe for like the first 2 months of alternative high school, I was doing my work. But then after that, for 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th, I fucking slept from 8 o'clock till lunchtime every day, all high school. Not doing this shit. Because you start realizing that this is not a school to teach you. This is the only place that will take you from 8 o'clock to 3 p.m. and it's more of a teenage daycare for dumbasses. I done got kicked out of all the schools. This is what I would do, right? I'd be in public school. This started from elementary. This was the system, how it worked for me. I would get to a public school, go there, get kicked out the public school, get sent to an alternative school, complete the alternative program like I was cool. For some reason, when they put me around a bunch of other badass kids, I was one of the good kids. Right? I was cool. You put me around a bunch of dumbasses and shit, they was all worse than me. I was light compared to them. I complete the program, get sent back to public school. Get kicked out of public school, get sent back to alternative middle school. Complete the program, go back to high school. Kicked out of high school, last chance. Now you're an alternative till you graduate. So by middle of 9th grade, I'm like, "Oh yeah, they ain't teaching us shit. They just babysitting. I'm going to sleep. Don't wake me up unless you want to rumble." That was my rule. Okay, no schools, you can rumble the teachers. It was different. No bullshit. You get in a whole rumble with a teacher, they might not even call the police on you. Now, when I got to late in high school, the alternative schools, they started being bought and different. A lot of them were privately owned, meaning they made their own fucking rules up. I went to a school called Silver Springs Martin Luther, Plymouth Meeting. 2,000 kids. 800 of them had to live at the school. Definitely made the basketball team. What they talking about? I got sent to this school. It was the toughest school, the most character I got in most of my fights in my life. So if I had fucking 30 fights in my life, 22 of them came from this school. 18. It was a rumble every other week in this motherfucker. But in these places, though, like, you can swing on your teacher. No bullshit. You can swing on the teacher. Now, they are going to pick you up. These behavior staff, they're going to pick you up and slam you so hard on a hoist of desk, you're going to think you're in a fucking hardcore match at Backlash. So go ahead, swing on him. There's damage after that that'll be done. I done seen young boys get put in arm slings. No bullshit. But you get father figures in there, mother figures, people who specialize in dealing with bad kids. A lot of these kids don't have parents. A lot of these kids don't have moms. They don't have pops. They live at the school. You knew who lived at the school because they used to take their shoelaces out of the sneakers. That was half the fights. Them dick ass K-Swiss. No laces. You get in a whole fight with them. These kids mad. They don't give a fuck about nothing. They get in a fight. They just take them right back down the walkway over to the residential unit. They not going home after this. You know. But it was a special place, though. It was a special place. It was a fucking zoo. It was a private-owned facility that, these weren't teenagers. This went from 1st grade to 8th grade. This school went from 1st grade to 8th grade. I met some of my best friends there. A lot of them are dead. A lot of them are in jail for life. A lot of them kids was fucked up. You know, a lot of them kids was fucked up, bro. I can't lie to you. They had some tough shit happen to them at the crib. You know, but all the staff was from the city, all of them, all of the behavior staff, all of the behavior staff. These was all North, Southwest, South, Chester, all Philly niggas and outside. That's who all the behavior staff with. So there was no avoiding a fight. You know, a lot of this too was probably fucked up practice when you think about it though, but you know, I think I told y'all the story. My first day at this school, I got in a fight. Whooped this fat ass boy, Victor Ass. He's still, to this day, he's still the fattest 10-year-old I've ever laid eyes on. The amount of food that this kid had to consume in the little bit of life that he lived was unfathomable. Unfathomable. He was so fucking fat. I'll never forget his name, Victor. I can't never think of his last name because I've tried even looking some people up that I went to school with back then. But I remember my first day at school, I kept feeling like something bounce off my shoulder and like off like the back of my head, no diddy. And I didn't know, I kept looking back and there was nothing there. He was sitting directly behind me. This nigga was biting his fingernails and then like throwing them at me. And it's my first day at this school. So the stories that I'm telling you now, I didn't know that this school was like this at the time. I just thought I was going to a new school. I didn't know this was a zoo. So he's biting his fingernails and he's plucking them on me. So finally one misses and like goes over and it lands on my desk. And I look back and he's biting his nails and and I said, yo, bro, are you spitting your nails at me? Yeah, do something about it. Beat you the fuck up. Now, I'm the new kid. So I'm like, all right. I've never had nobody in public school talk to me like that. Like, I'm usually the one probably talking like that. So I go to the back of the room and I'm like, yo, dude right there, the behavior staff, it was a teacher up front, behavior staff in the back, 2 desks, one up front, one in the back. So I went to the back, old head, North Philly, Mr. Vince. I said, yo, he over there biting his fingernails and throwing at me, man. I'm just trying to do my work. And he was like, punch him in his mouth. I said, what? He said, punch him in his mouth. He ain't gonna do nothing. He a bully, he a punk. He picking on you. So I had to fucking pinch myself. I'm like, yo, am I at school? This is the behavior staff. He said, punch him in his mouth. So now I'm fucking terrified. I'm terrified. I'm like, where the fuck did my mom send me this time? No. And boy, he big as shit. He like, trust me. So I'm like, okay. I go sit back down and I tell myself, all right, just punch him as hard as you can and then don't stop. Right? He big as shit, just don't stop. I feel a finger. I don't know where he was getting. I mean, he had to be getting to his toenails at this fucking point. I see one go over. I bitched. All right, you know what? Nah, fuck that. He think I'm a pussy. I hear one more fucking fingernail bounce this way. I'm gonna do it. I peeked over and he was literally ready to do it. I turned around and I start wailing on him. But his fat ass fell off the chair and everything. He was so fat he couldn't get up. He couldn't even get up. So now I'm just I'm mounted. The teacher, this is what was so confusing. The teacher, Mr. Vince, who told me to punch him, he come tackle me hard as shit, put me in a fucking arm bar, and then carry me out the classroom. We're walking down this hallway, long ass hallway, bro. I'm in a fucking arm bar. He's like, I'm talking about centimeters from snapping my shit in half. He got the other he giving me a fucking wedgie, he got me in an arm bar, and he's dragging me down this hallway. We get into this fucking dark room, no desk in there or nothing and shit. It's just a chair by the door and shit. He closed the door, cut the light on, smacked me in my ass. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. And get comfortable doing that. Because if you're not willing to do that, you're going to be getting picked on every day. Welcome to Silver Springs. They get that shit on camera so you can just show everybody else that I'm with it. I don't want to have to do that every fucking day. I don't want to have to fucking do that every day, man. I was shocked. But he wasn't lying. These are the worst kids. Bro, he tapped me on my ass like I scored a touchdown. I'm talking about that boy. That's what you do. I'm like, yo. I got home to my mom. Mom, please, you got to call somebody. You got to fucking call somebody. I can't go back to that school. I'm going to fucking get Silver Springs, Gold Springs, or Bronze Springs. I can't go. No. Mom, the teacher made me beat somebody up today. The teacher. He was a behavior specialist. The teacher. And then he took me in a room, where I was to be punished for my behavior. That's another thing I left out. I sat in the corner the rest of the day. Indian style, sat in the corner. And other kids were getting walked in throughout the day. So this was the timeout room. You fucked up in this school, you got slammed, and then you sat and looked at the corner all day. 8 hours. But, these teachers have favorites. I quickly became literally one of the most favorite, probably the most get away with shit in school. After a year or two of me being in there, I was a vet in this bitch. I was able to walk back and forth on the property between schools. We had an elementary school and then we had the middle school, and they were maybe a football field and a half, 2 football fields away. And then all the way down here, you had these fucking big ass buildings full of residents and shit. I mean, this shit was a facility. This shit was a facility. But once I got in, once I was cool, I was able to, I had clout in the school. I was cool with the best basketball player in the school. I'll never forget his name, Montrell Talford. He was from West Philly. West Philly. His name was Montrell Talford. You can even look him up. He ended up getting locked up a lot, and then he played for Upper Darby a little bit, which was in the county outside of the west side of the city. That was my best friend in that school. I've never seen a better basketball player at 11 and 12 years old. This fucking kid was phenomenal, bro. This kid was phenomenal. 12 years old, he was not normal. Froze got a famous name at that school, Silver Springs legend. Bros, why do you ain't just say Froze? Tell him your name at the school. You could have just said that. Froze, tell him what they used to call you. That's all he wanted. That's all he wanted to say, y'all. So I'm gonna tell you this story. Going to school in Brooklyn was like that too. So this is how I met Montrell. First week of school, we go to gym, and I play ball, right? I lived in Norristown and shit, and then I played ball. So we was talking shit about basketball. I didn't know he was the best kid in the school. I didn't know a 4th grader was better than every 8th grader, 7th grader, 5th grader, 6th grader in the school. I had no clue that this kid was special. And we went to recess. We got into the gym, and we start playing 1-on-1. Now, the thing about Montrell was he was scrawny and little. So I was able to, I remember I went up 3-0 on him. He let me shoot. I always could shoot. Little free throw, 1-0. He let me do it again, 2-0. See, he checked ball again, and now he up on me. I throw him in the post. I'm talking about 3 power dribbles, drop step, layup, 3-0. And I remember him looking at all the teachers like, ooh, okay, got one. Nigga took the ball from me. I lost 11-3. I didn't touch it. But after I hit him with the post move, everybody was kind of impressed, oh, all right, this little fat little butterball pussy can hoop a little bit. That's what's up. And I was like, he too little. My name Big Juicy. Remember the teacher was like, Big Juicy. And for 8 years, that was my name in there, Juicy. Now, I told you, when I got to 6th or 7th grade, I used to try to make niggas cut the Y off. Like, yo, it's Juice, bro. It's just Big Juice. But all the female staff in there, every time anybody see me, Juicy, I could never get the Y off it. I could never get the Y off it. Even when I got all the fellas out getting older, yo, just call me Big Juice or Juice, bro. That's cool. I walk in, see Miss Geneva or something. Oh my God, Juicy, I love your sneakers. It's like, so the female staff would never take the Y off the Juicy. So, yeah, I mean, I was a legend in that motherfucking school, bruh. No bullshit. He talking about, nah, son. Niggas was Juicy Berg is crazy. I'm telling you, bro. He said, my nah, cut the stream off. I mean, I don't give a fuck. They called me Juicy when I was fucking 12 years old, 10 years old, and shit like that. And I was a legend. That name ring bells in them parts. And I ain't gonna lie to you. If you cut the Y off, I had the best name in the school. I walk down the hallway, see Big Juice. Hugs from the staff and shit. Everybody loved me. Well, by the time I was in 8th grade, I didn't even go to class no more. I got to school and walked around hallways all fucking day. All day. Not only did I walk around hallways all day, I had access to the gym. I'll go put up jumpers for a fucking hour if I wanted to. I did whatever I want. Principal would see me, Juice, what you doing, Juice? The principal called me Juice. The white ladies in the offices that used to act like they didn't see these big niggas fucking us up and throwing us against windows and shit. You know them white ladies? They used to just sit in the office all day and take phone calls and act like they didn't know these grown-ass men was throwing us against walls and shit and putting us in fucking chokeholds. They even called me Juice. No bullshit. I'll be in the gym by my fucking self, 11:30. Principal will pop their head in. Juice, you see Mr. Vince? Yeah, I think he downstairs. All right, you have a good day, buddy. Motherfucker thought he was going to the league. Working on my game every day. In school, niggas said, why Juice don't got to do no work? Don't ask no questions about Juice. Don't ask no questions about Juice. No bullshit. I get up. Every kid had to ask to go to the bathroom and shit and have a staff walk with him and shit. That was the rules. You know, but depending on who you was and shit, I ain't say nothing. I just open the door. Juice, where you going? I'll be back. I'll be back. We used to have a Plymouth Meeting Mall right next to the school and shit. Man, they be bringing me Chick-fil-A sandwiches and shit, all types of shit. Come on, Juice, we going to the what's that shit called? The vending machines. They used to have a staff lounge and shit. All these fire-ass vending machines. They come on, Juice. I'll go get a Snickers or peanut M&Ms. I was really heavy boy in there. No bullshit. The last fight I got into, it got to a point, once I got out of, 3rd, 4th, 5th grade, once I got to 6th grade and shit, I like I said, I was really known in the school. And I didn't have to fight no more. I was cool. I didn't have to rumble no more, none of that shit. 8th grade, I was ready to go back. So about 4 months before graduation at this school, they couldn't hold me no more. They couldn't, they were telling my mom he needs to go back. He's ready. He don't need to be here. He don't go to class. He ain't learning shit. He not gonna be ready if we don't send him back. So before he get to high school, we'd like to send him back in 8th grade. And try to get him caught back up with the public school system and shit. So they kicked me out of school for being too good. No bullshit. I promise you, when I tell you I would get off this fucking bus and walk around this joint and do whatever I wanted, they was telling me, Mrs. Gross, he's ready to go back. He's ready to go back. So I remember I had 3 weeks left in the school. Yeah, too good. I behave well to not be at this school with these badass kids. You know what I'm saying? So I remember the last fight I got in with was this gay boy named Sean. And I did nothing to him. I wasn't even bothering people. I had too much freedom to ever get in a problem with anybody and shit. I just was never in one place enough to be recess. I'm doing whatever I want. So I remember I got off the bus one day, and Mr. Vince, the same dude that had me beat up the fat boy the first day I went to the school. He's at the bus stop. I got off the bus. He said, "Hey, Sean want to fight you." And I'm like, "Gay Sean?" And he like, "Yeah." I'm like, "For what?" He said, "I don't know, but go beat him up. He can't beat you." And he worked in residential. He lived on a residential. He was talking all night. And I told him, like, Juice, don't fight. Juice, don't, we don't do that. All right, cool. Now, I haven't had a rumble in this school in like a fucking school year and a half. So I'm like, yo, this shit is crazy. Walk me into the school. We start walking down the hallway. We get into the classroom. Miss Ellison, my favorite teacher there, she's in there. And Sean's sitting there by the coat rack, standing there like he waiting for a rumble. So I walk in the classroom, and I'm like, bro, what's your problem? I want to fight you. I said, I ain't even do shit to you. Well, I just want to fight. So I'm walking over to him, but I'm like, Sean, bro, I mean, I really don't have no problem. As soon as I get over to the coat, I start hooking off on him. I mean, he fell into the coat cubby, and he couldn't get out, and I was treating him. That's enough, Juice. That's enough, Juice. And now we getting to the point where I'm like this ain't. I'm making sound effects with this shit now. Like, he not even fighting back at this point. All I hear is, that's enough, Juice. That's enough, Juice. Last one, Juice. Last one. Yeah, fuck all that last one shit. I'm like, you want to fight, pussy? Walked his dumb ass out, and he sat in that fucking corner all day. All day. Got his ass whooped and then had to sit in the corner about it. I was walking around that bitch like the WBA fucking heavyweight champion. Shitting me. It was the last fight in there. It was a good one, too. I'm glad they made me fight on my last month there. I was glad. And in the moment, I thought that shit was corny. But when it happened, I was glad. I said, yeah, let me make sure I leave a lasting impression in this joint. Last impression is, I think I went and visited the school maybe like 2 years ago. I popped up on the school. Man, they had like at least a dozen teachers that still work there from when I was a kid. They hugging me and shit. They still calling me Juice. No bullshit, bro. We were sitting in this waiting area, the same principal. A lot of the staff weren't there, but a lot of the staff was there. I mean, one lady pulled up, she started crying. Oh my God, Juicy. I'm grown as shit. I'm froze now. You know what I'm saying? So I even applied. I tried to get a job there. When I was, I want to say like 26, 27. I tried to get a job there because I really thought I could be good there. But they weren't private anymore. The whole system changed. Everything about how they hired you, who they hired, what you can do. Like the Mr. Brian, who was always one of the cool staff, but he was stern too. And I was in his classroom, and he was my behavior specialist in 6th grade. So he still was working there, and he was telling me, he was like, man, they soft. We can't do nothing to him. We can't touch him. Can't restrain him. You got to fill all types of reports out and shit like that. If you put your hands on them, it just changed. They allowed to do whatever they want no more. They soft. So they changed the way that school was and shit, and he was breaking it down to me and shit. And this was funny. We was talking to this one little boy. He was being bad. He got sent out of class. And, yeah. I was just talking to him, and I was like, man, I could do this. But they wanted, you needed a certain degree, like with children or something like that. You actually like needed a college degree to get in this joint. So, yeah. They wasn't just hiring big niggas that was with dumping bad kids on their fucking shoulders anymore. That wasn't the requirement. Yeah, I mean, I almost thought about going to school for it too. Like, man, I really think I could, but the whole system changed and shit like that. It's nothing like I thought it was, and yeah, it ain't such a good job. Froze, I think Deontay Wire. Gotta go, Froze. My son is IEP me. All right, I gotta go too, y'all. I ran the show a little overtime. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Maybe I'll pull up tonight and we'll do a night show. If not, I'll be here tomorrow at 10 a.m. But I'll try to pull back up later and get a night live in for y'all. All right, friends won't tell you, Froze, you will.